Yeah, Sylvie.
Thank you. I have two questions. A pretty technical one. I don't know, you may already have answered that, but...
It's a technical question. The chances of me being able to answer it are slim, but please go ahead.
So the howitzers that the US is providing, are they more... do they have a longer range than what the Russians have? Or are they more precise? So that's my first question. And the second one is, the president said that Putin will never succeed. So does it mean that the objective of the Western assistance to Ukraine is now to push completely the Russians out of Ukraine instead of only avoid a change of regime?
Well, look, on the howitzers, again, not an artilleryman, so this is also for in advance of Mike's inevitable questions. I'm not going to get into the specific specifications on the M777 howitzer. My understanding is it does have a very long range, and this particular variant has a longer range. I can see Mike nodding, so I must be on good ground here. But I'm not going to get into the specifics of it. And look, it should be clear to all of you already that I am no expert on American artillery. I am certainly not an expert on Soviet artillery, so I couldn't tell you how much better this is than Soviet artillery. I can just tell you that as an American system, we're very confident in its capabilities, its range, its effectiveness, its precision. More critically, the early feedback we're getting, by the way, this died on me, so if somebody could get that started again. The early feedback we're getting from the Ukrainians who are undergoing training on the 777s is that they're very happy with the performance of the system, and they're learning it quickly. The training's going very well, and they're excited about being able to use that system in the field. Okay, and then you had the president's comments. Look, I think we've been nothing but consistent here, Sylvie. I've said it before. We said we want Ukraine to win this, which means we want Ukraine whole again and sovereign again, and we don't want Russian forces in Ukraine, any part of Ukraine. And how that gets solved at the table or on the field is really up to the Ukrainians to determine, not the United States. But the president is right in terms of Mr. Putin's initial strategic objectives, which was clearly to erase Ukrainian sovereignty and to capture Kyiv. He's failed. He has failed to achieve any of those objectives to date. Now the Russians are saying, well, they're going to focus their efforts on the Donbass and in the south. They've been vague about exactly to what end, but that's where they're focusing their efforts. And we're going to do everything we can to help the Ukrainians prevent that from happening. Nazir.